Hey guys, Fighting Ewok here, and we are going into season 29 off season. We're going back a little bit. We're doing a little bit of green screen background here, and we're going to have some uploads for you here over the holiday season, so that way you don't go without, you don't start fiending for some NCAA Football 07 with me and Fighting Ewok with your boys. I'm Famished and Buckshot MMA. So, as we start here, season 29 off season, Buckshot is now at Arkansas State. So we're going to adjust the discipline and the recruiting a bit here to help see what kind of disciplinary actions and disciplinary troubles we may get into. I didn't have a whole lot of them last season. I think I may take this down a notch, give it another recruiting. And I think that's what we'll do for now. And now we'll head over to players leaving. Let's see what we have in store here as far as any players leaving to go to the transfer portal, try to go pro, that kind of stuff. So we'll see what we get here. Find out. We just ended off a very exciting season 28 where you'll just have to go back and see what happened. We did that one live, so you'll be able to see what was going on there. All right, so players leaving Arkansas State and Buckshot, nobody of any significance, and we have some transfers. We have a transfer and a pro draft here. Let's see if we can hold on to. Doesn't look like it, but it would be nice. Dang, that was a big part of our secondary. That's rough. Our running back trying to go to the pro draft. We need to keep him. That hurts. Yeah, that hurts. Shoot. Alabama State. Ooh. A couple of transfers. Those were some big time recruits that he got last season. He really needs to try to keep them. There you go. All right, recruiting time. Let's check out our interested prospects here. All right, 2-star caliber players for Alabama State, which for me is a little interesting because he had a great year. I kind of think he would have some players a little more interested. Arkansas State, Buckshot's new team. 2-star caliber players, but a lot of running backs, not surprising. And here we are, Florida. The number 1 quarterback in the country is interested. The number 2 wide receiver. The number 1 punter is a 5-star athlete. And the number 2 free safety. So some high caliber interested players. A bunch of 4-stars as well. So that's pretty good on the athletic player side of things. So hopefully we can land some of these players. So what we're going to do here is get your simulation through the recruiting, and I'll catch you guys back to check out our signings and the recruiting classes. End of recruiting, and here we are into signing period. So let's see what our top signings were. So Arkansas State hanging tight with the 2-star caliber players. 2-star and 1-stars in Buckshot's first recruiting season. And look at that. We got 3 5-star players. The number 2 free safety. We got the number 1 quarterback in the country. And a good 4-star backup. Wow. That's a really solid recruiting class. ton of 4-star caliber players behind. Alabama State. I mean, a couple of 4-star caliber players, that's really good. But wow, 1, 2, 5 recruits. That's it. That's interesting. That is really top classes. Oh, the number 2 class, my best recruiting class I've ever had. Number 2, 3 5-stars, 13 4-star players. Wow. All right, I think these other recruiting classes are going to be down the line a little bit. Oh dear. Alabama State with 5 recruits, 2 4-star, 2 3-stars. Wow, 108th. And with the 119th rated recruiting class in the country, Arkansas State with 12 recruits. Well, here we go. Buckshot's there, and he's going to build him up. So, time to see what he's got. All right, and with that, I will catch you guys in the preseason as we go to start new season. Hey now, season 29, NCAA Football 2007 Dynasty Mode. Time to check out our rosters and our depth charts here. Alabama State, that quarterback is now a senior. It's a big year for him, as he has 3 seniors and needs to reload at the quarterback position. Running back is solid, ready to come back and reload. Preseason NCAA All-American. Wow. And a couple of good wide receivers. He's ready to reload next season. I'm famished. Should be in for another good year. Arkansas State now. Buckshot. Here's his wide receivers. Pretty balanced core. Real good tight end there as a senior. Good fullback. Running backs. Average to below average, but going to be doing okay in a couple of seasons. And a good quarterback to lead the way. And a sophomore waiting in the wings. All right. And let me see how I'm doing here. 89 quarterback, that's a sophomore. That's going to be really good as we go into the next couple seasons. Decent running back, be in the 90s next year. And a real good wide receiver core. Really good. And a couple of okay tight ends. Best fullback I've had in a while, honestly. All right, well, there's our depth chart. And now we're going to head on over to ESPN the magazine to see where we are ranked in the preseason polls. Preseason, Florida. I am preseason number 15. And I got a feeling we're going to have to go down a ways. Alabama State, preseason number 44. B- overall with a B offense. And let's go find... Oh, we're not going to have to go very far at all. There's Arkansas State. C+, C+, C+ overall. So, okay, decent starting positions for season 29. And I catch you guys up here in just a second as we go into our schedules. Hey, all right, taking a look at our schedules now for Florida. B-. I've got an FCS school that's going to have to be replaced here. I got a lot of ranked opponents on my schedule. I got Army and Florida State, of course, as usual. FIU, but I'm going to have to replace that team. Alabama State playing Alabama A&M, playing Arizona, and is playing Alabama in-state. So they got a lot of in-state rivals going on, and then he's going to take on a Big Ten opponent in Iowa. A solid non-conference schedule there. Then Arkansas State taking on a Big Ten opponent in Purdue, which Purdue may not be in this game. I may have replaced them with an Indiana State or an Illinois State. Arkansas in-state rivals, and they're going to be playing Bowling Green and Delaware State, who I can't stand. And then they got Boston College as well, so a decent out-of-conference schedule as well. So let's check out and see. So, yeah, so Purdue is not actually in the game. We're going to have to replace them and 1AA Southeast. And I think everybody else is actually in the game. So, all right, let's head back over and replace the FCS schools. Purdue. Let's find an opponent that he can take on. Maybe a Western Michigan will do the trick there. And then I think I can probably... I don't want to do Alabama State. No. I'll take on an Appalachian State. All right, that should set our schedules. Let's just make sure. Yep. All right, so before we get into that, we're going to go into some in-season recruiting. All right, in-season recruiting, Alabama State. So let's see what his needs are. Quarterback, of course, has a lot of needs. So let's find a quarterback that's in a pipeline state. Number 2 quarterback in the nation. We're going after him. Actually needs 3, so that's 1. That's 2. Number 4 quarterback in the nation. And 3, the number 10 quarterback in the nation. So we'll see if he can get any of them. Wide receiver needs 1. Let's find the best one in the pipeline state here. There it is. The number 11 wide receiver, 4-star caliber. Needs a guard. There's one in Alabama, the number 2 right guard in the nation. Defensive tackle. I'm famished she's going to be going after this 4-star caliber. Needs an outside linebacker as well. None in a pipeline state. So, as usual, we're just going to go after the best one in the country. See if we can land them. Also needed a middle linebacker. There's one. Pipeline state right there. The number 20. A 4-star caliber. Defensive tackle, outside linebacker. Needs another. So we're going to go after the number 1 left and the number 1 right. How about that? And needed another defensive tackle. There's one right there. 3-star out of Florida. And that's it. That is Alabama State, and I'm famished. That is his needs. 2 scholarships remaining. So let's go find the very best players available in a pipeline state. The number 2 running back in the country, 5-star. That would be a huge get. And the number 1 ranked left in the country. So got some big time recruits that he's going to be going after. And next up, we're going to see what we can try to pick up for Arkansas State and Buckshot. All right, he needs a fullback, a tight end, and a middle linebacker. Actually needs 2 of these. There's one in a pipeline state right there. 3-star. No others, but needs 2, so we're going to go after the number 1. There we go. Tight end and middle linebacker. There we are, the number 5, a 4-star. And middle linebacker, Louisiana, number 2 middle linebacker in the country. Let's target that player. Those are all of his needs. Time to go after the big dogs. So he's got 8 scholarships to go after the 8 best players in Pipeline State. So he's going after a 5-star running back there. A 5-star left guard as well. 4-star, the number 1 wide receiver in the country. 4-star left guard. The number 3 wide receiver in the country. These Pipeline States are pumping them out. The number 1 defensive tackle. The number 2 defensive tackle. Man, that would be huge if he could land a few of those. Last one is going to be the number 9 running back in the country. So those are all of his recruits. He's going again after some big players here, so that's awesome. All right, let's head on over and see what my needs are. All right. Corner, and I need 2 of them. So let's see what my Pipeline States are putting out there. The number 6 corner and the number 13 corner, both 4-star prospects. After that, I got 10 scholarships remaining. So let's see what the best players in my Pipeline States are. The number 2 running back, 5-star. Now we're in the 4-star areas. Middle linebacker, the number 3 in the country. The number 2 right guard. The number 4 middle linebacker. The number 2 quarterback in the country. That'll be awesome to add after I just landed the number 1 quarterback in the country last season. The number 2 right tackle. The number 4 quarterback in this class. Number 1 strong safety. That'll be awesome. Nice running back there. And for my last one, the number 3 free safety. So a very diverse group of players here. So that's that. In-season recruiting. Our players are targeted, and we're ready to get this party started. That's a wrap on preseason. Let's get into season 29, regular season, and see how we do.